10 years ago, when I would hear the word Ladakh, it seemed like a faraway, mysterious place. Mystical and untouched, it was like the stuff of dreams and adventures and monks, and not the stuff of daily life. In that world where the internet was not an easy luxury, my limited glimpses into this mystical world were through photos and videos of the very few travelers who set out to touch the untouched. Among these, the one person who often became my window to such adventures was a man named Inderjeet Singh. When I used to take pictures on a 1.3 megapixel cell phone, he was the one who told me what a DSLR is. As a filmmaker, he has traveled the world, but back in the day, he was the first one I personally knew who then decided to go to Ladakh.
When I was growing up, my father used to tell me stories about this place called Ladakh. He used to work in Indian Air Force. The Air Force, the helicopter unit, all these were like angels for army men because they could take them to their mainland in like few hours instead of 5-10 days normally. When I grew up, he started telling me about the geography of this place. He used to tell me that it's very bright there. Like you get to see white light and blue sky. And it's the only place where you get frostbite and sunburn at one time. So it started growing the interest, and there was this movie called Lakshya. It was really exactly what my father told me because his stories was around military and army and the landscape. I saw something similar to those stories in that movie, and I was like more fascinated by now that I want to visit this place. In 2009, and I finally managed to go to this place. So when I reached there, it was like complete different planet out there. Everything was completely different, from the colors to the air. It was like a different sun for that place. My eyes couldn't believe that it's real. And I found myself completely disconnected from the rest of the world. I liked it very much. So since 2009 until now, I've been going to Ladakh like every year without a miss, sometimes twice a year. So it wasn't a city thing, Leh, that time. It was just another town earlier. So we used to call it Leh town or another village in that region. It was good to be back after your day trips or 2-day trips. If you need like soap and sunscreen, then you used to get it there.
But of course, now you see hundreds of bikers renting a bike and riding solo to the top of the world. And while over the period of a decade, Ladakh transformed from that faraway mystical place to a top listing on 10 places to visit in India, it somehow didn't lose itself. It learned to live with the newly sprung eateries and Airbnbs while still being calm, something that this country of 1.3 billion people had lost. Sometimes a thing of eternal beauty just stays so, doesn't it? Cut to 2016. I was on a trek to Chandrashila mountain in the month of December, and that's where I met Amol. Amol is a certified mountain climber from Pune and has an adventure tour company of his own. He told me that he's taking a bunch of cyclists from Manali to Khardungla, which is the highest in the world you can go on a road. He asked me if I would like to come on the trip. And I thought maybe this is it finally, and it's time to go.
appearance, zero visibility.
Chances are tomorrow onwards the weather will be better.
I don't understand. Please, I need an explanation. Don't tell me what I don't wanna hear. I'll take the rest from what do you feel? Why's my state on come closer, my Could I love you more?
इस जगह का नाम जिंगजिंग बार क्यों है?
ये पता नहीं बिहार वालों ने रखे जिंकिंग बर्ड्स।
जो रोड बनाते हैं बीआरओ वाले,
ये 14,300 फीट है।
आपने इसका नाम पीस कैफे क्यों रखा?
शांत शांति।
I confess I was wrong. Why did I kiss your lips that long? What do you feel? Stay on Don't closer, my
It was quite difficult today. The oxygen level is a bit low. I need to breathe very hard. And it's fun.
My God, feeling still. Don't tell me height, high altitude, otherwise I'll feel chill.
My red eyes and city lights, the shallow cell where you sit, whiskey dreams, these big ideas, but nothing complete.
It's one thing to go to Khardungla on a motor vehicle, and it's completely different to cycle to it. Your mind, body and soul needs a synergy that makes you push one more pedal every single time, and it's like meditation. Your head is free of thoughts and you are living in the moment.
We have almost cycled 500 plus kilometers and we have reached Rumse. This is our last campsite. Tomorrow we are reaching Leh and we'll be cycling to Khardungla.
Lot of hardship we have gone through, and I feel we can overcome further whatever hardships comes on the way.
Woo! Day 9.
Final climb of the expedition. Are you pumped up?
Yes, I'm pumped. I'm super pumped.
My heart rate is being monitored here. So
On the
right now it's
gadgets.
already 100.
वापसी में चला लेना
मैं वापस चला जाऊंगा, लेकिन लिफ्ट नहीं लूंगा।
मैं तो आके देख चला ना वहाँ से कच्चा
जो भी है, ये लिफ्ट नहीं लेना है, वापस जा सकता हूँ लेकिन लिफ्ट नहीं लेगा।
Sometimes when one achieves what one must, there is a quaint moment of looking back at the pursuit itself. Looking at the very start of that fire in one's belly that kicked things off and set things in motion. At Khardungla, we stopped to breathe in every small step of our king-size dream and felt like warriors. Not because we had won the battle with our bodies and minds, but because we had won it despite our limits. We knew that there would always be roads for us, and where there weren't any, we would move mountains.
It's been a bumpy ride. Last 10 days we've been in the mountains. It's now time for me to just enjoy the view and end this video.
This video was brought to you by Escapade Outdoors. This is the Pune-based company that Amol started, and they've been doing a bunch of activities around the country. You can check them out on these links.